You want to start?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
How many years have you been at Midland?
Less than a year. This is like since August, so what is it? About 6 months, maybe?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
August, September, October, November. Yeah, 6 months.
Yeah. What's your relationship to Midland?
My relationship? I'm
Yeah.
a faculty here, teacher, and a resident. I live here.
Where are you from?
Um, there's several parts of that question to the answer. Originally from Taiwan, born in Taiwan, grew up on the East Coast in New Jersey, New York, New Jersey, and then before I came to Midland, I was living in Goleta, Santa Barbara area, getting my PhD there, and then after that I came here.
What culture do you show at home?
What culture at home?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a combination of like Taiwanese American culture and mostly, just American. I'll celebrate like some of the like Lunar New Year kind of traditions, like red envelopes and special holidays like Taiwanese or Chinese holidays. And yeah, and then I don't know. We celebrate like sometimes celebrate St. Patrick's Day because my wife is Irish American to some extent. Actually, has some Irish in her background in her family life. Yeah.
What culture do you represent at Midland?
What culture do I represent in Midland?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I see myself Asian American here. So, I guess more specifically Taiwanese American. And I think myself in New York, I think the first Asian American faculty here, right? In Midland. Since its founding. So, yeah.
How do you think you as a person affect the way the Midland culture works?
Say that again?
How do you think you as a person affect the way the Midland culture works?
How do you,
I just
a person affect the way?
Midland's culture works.
What do you mean by
Like,
that?
how do you think you affect the way like Midland works and its culture, like affect on like other people?
Okay, so like me being here,
Yeah.
how do I, the kind of values I would bring to Midland because I'm like Asian American. Is that what you're asking?
Sort of, I think.
It's not too clear to me what you're asking specifically. Like, how do I affect how would I affect the culture here?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, I'm hoping that just being Asian American at Midland, I will hopefully I can bring some of my perspective as an Asian American, Taiwanese American growing up in the United States, and share that with students and other faculty and staff. Because that's also very different but also important perspective that a lot of people have in this country, right? And that experience I think is valuable to students to understand that this society in which we live in is very diverse, and there's other perspectives that are just as important as the typical majority kind of perspective, right? Of the kind of typical American perspective. So I hope to bring that perspective here and share that with students and faculty and allow them to kind of see it through my lens, my perspective, and my life experience.
Have you organized any cultural celebrations?
Yeah, I organized the Lunar New Year celebration with Nee last weekend. We had dumplings, we had scallop pancakes, bunch of Asian food at my house for dinner, and then Nee was really the person who kind of did all that kind of dinner at Stillman, right? The New Year's dinner. I kind of helped out here and there, but most of the students took charge of that. And then hopefully also during the EIJ summit, I hope to do a workshop on the Asian American experience in this country, looking at history of Asian Americans in America and their experience of citizenship in this country. So that's coming up, I think, in March, right? EIJ.
Yeah. When you try to do like culture celebration, who do you like mainly collaborate with?
Well, so far, Nee, because we're both Asian Americans, but I collaborate with Ellie too because she's very experienced in helping students understand diversity and inclusion. So I think my two collaborators are Nee and Ellie.
Have you helped prepare for celebrations like apart from your culture?
I don't think so. I mean, like here or like elsewhere?
Wherever.
I mean, I'm trying to think what I have done. I mean, I've helped like Christians engage with Muslims after 9/11 in Central Jersey. I was part of a church group, and I took a group of people from that church to meet and like talk with Muslims. This is like maybe 5 years after 9/11. That's around like 2006, 2004, 2006 time frame, and to really understand like Muslims not as terrorists or enemies, but just understand them as people who we live next door to, like our neighbors and stuff like that. So we're trying to bridge that gap that some people may have, or some stereotypes that people may have about Muslims, and help people see, especially Christians, see that they're just like everybody else.
Have you attended celebration? What celebrations have you attended? Like Ahmed.
Celebrations?
Yeah.
For sure, the Lunar New Year celebration. I don't know. End of the semester celebration last semester with the tamales. That was pretty cool. What other celebrations have we had? I don't even remember. What celebrations have we had here? Do you know?
We've had the moon thing.
Oh yeah, the Autumn Moon Festival.
Yeah, and then,
I was not there. I was so busy.
Yeah, and then the Jewish wedding. That's all I remember.
I didn't go to that one.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's been so busy for me. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do you want to sit in the shade? Let's go sit in the shade.
When was the first time you went to a celebration that wasn't part of your culture?
Oh gosh, I don't remember. Maybe the first Thanksgiving I went to when I was probably 6 or 7 in New York. I was living in New York at the time. I just moved from Taiwan to New York. No, actually, no, Christmas. Because I didn't grow up celebrating Christmas in Taiwan. So the first kind of different celebration I had was with Christmas. And then I remember getting lots of gifts. And that was great. That was great fun.
What celebrations do you think Melon needs to have?
Oh yeah. That's a good question. I think I don't know if we do like the different like history month, like African American History Month, Asian History Month, but I think we can have events that kind of gather around, specific affinity groups, like, like the Lunar New Year. That was a great celebration. I think we should continue that following year, because we do have a growing number of like students from like international students from like Asia, right? And that's a big celebration. I'm trying to think. I don't know, like have a day that celebrates LGBTQ, groups and people. I don't think we have a kind of celebration for that. Maybe they do. I'm not sure because I've only been here half a year so far.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a day that celebrate, coming out day or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have. So not just thinking about like culture per se, but also gender too as well, and just recognizing that some people are, some people struggle with that identity and they don't feel safe to come out, but just recognizing that is just part of their experience and part of our experience as well. So, yeah.
Well,
Got anything else?
how much do you think Midland? How much diversity do you think Midland really has?
Oh yeah, I don't know. That's a tough question. I think we're diverse enough because we do have different groups here, and I really like the fact that there's a culture of diversity here, and there are specific discussions and celebrations about these kind of issues. So that's one of the reasons that I came here, is because I saw that it is diverse student body to some extent, and people recognize that, and people celebrate that, and people actively work towards diversity, both the staff, faculty, and students, and that's what attracted me to this place. So, I think that's one goal that we need to continue to work towards, is just continue that celebration and recognition of diversity at this place. Yeah.
That's all the questions.
Cool.